slept with Sexyy Red. Stop playing with me. You can clip that all you want to. Empty the clip, nigga. Talking about I party with Sexyy Red and slept with Sexyy Red. Ask her. That's on the dead homies. I slept with her. Yeah, my name got mentioned in the Diddy trial. What, you thought it wasn't?
Ray J just be getting drunk and saying anything. Why would he sit up there and say that shit on the stream? Why would you say that, Ray J, for real?
Welcome back to StarHush, where drama hits different, and Ray J's latest move just flipped the script again. You know this guy's life is basically a headline machine, and just when it seems like things are cooling down, Ray J pulls a stunt on Twitch that has everyone talking, and not in a good way. Picture this. Ray J is midstream, maybe a little buzzed, or just riding his high and casually drops the bombshell. He claims he and Sexyy Red actually slept together on a flight. Yes, midair on a jet, sharing a cabin and a bed. Straight up shocking, right? Social media exploded immediately. Tweets lit up, news outlets picked it up, and suddenly everyone was speculating, is this real or just another Ray J stunt?
Why is you going online telling all people business for? And then gonna have the nerve to go online and talk about something he slept with Sexyy Red. What man just go around telling his business like that? Like, I don't get it. Baby, when I tell you, next thing I knew he was making a video clearing up that he did not in fact sleep with Sexyy Red, that team got on that ass. Sexyy Red called that bitch so quick, like, fuck nigga, please stop playing with me. He need help. That boy is crashing out, and I don't know if it's this or like reach out for help, but at the point, why everybody crashing out? What's tea? What's in the water? Because what?
To make matters messier, Sexyy Red quickly denied the whole thing, making it clear she wasn't okay with being dragged into random rumors. That put Ray J in a tight spot. He was now facing backlash for recklessly throwing her name around without proof. Folks called it disrespectful, insensitive, and basically just a stunt for views. Hours later, Ray J steps onto national TV in apology mode. He says, "I got carried away," admits he lost control, and blames the adrenaline or the moment, but still owns up saying, "I'm sorry, Sexyy Red, I shouldn't have done that." But that public apology, spotted by tabloids and news sites, felt like a rush job, as if he recorded it just to slap a band-aid on the viral mess he started. What makes this situation even more wild is Ray J's own track record. He's been involved in so many waves, from leaked tapes to celebrity mishaps. So when he drops some messy tea, people wonder, is it real, or is he just creating chaos again? More and more fans are calling his apology PR-driven, saying it's too strategic, too polished, too perfect for TV, and lacks real sincerity.
I want to apologize to Sexyy Red because Sexyy Red is one of my favorite artists. And Sexyy Red and I was on a plane, and we were both flying somewhere. We randomly saw each other. She was sitting by me. She had her space, I had my space. She had her own blanket, her own pillow. I had my own blanket and my own pillow. And we had a long flight. And we both were tired, you know what I'm saying? So we went to sleep. Just like we would sleep with anybody else that was sitting next to us on the plane. I went out of control, and I said that I slept with Sexyy Red. And that's insensitive, and it's not okay. And it's trolling at the highest level, and I want to say, Sexyy Red, my bad. You know, I hope this gets there, and this gets clipped, and this gets shown, because even though if I said it later on the stream, that didn't get clipped. All they heard was what I said, and it was childish. It was uncalled for, and, you know, it wasn't cool. My bad.
Ray J's quick apology did nothing to slow down the firestorm that followed his wild live stream moment. That Twitch slip-up, where he falsely claimed he and Sexyy Red had a private moment mid-flight, sent shockwaves through social media. And let's just say, Sexyy Red was not here for the mess. Wasting no time, she jumped on Instagram with a response that lit the internet on fire. In a bold and brutally honest post, she clapped back hard, saying, Cornball is lying on you. Meat is weird. Clay in yo. Not with me even to be saying we slept on the plane together. I said hi and kept it pushing. Is you cool? Ka. The vibe? She was clearly heated, and rightfully so. This wasn't just about correcting the record, it was about defending her name and shutting down what many saw as a clout-chasing stunt. Fans quickly rallied behind her, calling Ray J's actions not just embarrassing, but reckless. Many said it felt like a desperate move to stay relevant, using Sexyy Red's rising fame as a shortcut to spark controversy.
One thing that Ray J knows how to do is keep his name in the press. He knows how to he knows how to keep his name in the press and be Mr. Controversy. Like, why you say you slept with Sexyy Red? Ray J, Raja, we see you. I mean, when do we not ever see you, Ray J? You're always into something.
Feeling the heat from all sides, Ray J followed up with a second apology, trying to take more accountability. He admitted he wasn't in the right headspace when he said what he did and owned up to being out of control. But at that point, the damage was already done. His words had already gone viral, and Sexyy Red's name had been dragged into a storm she never asked for.
We slept on the plane together.
Nah, fuck that, bro.
Bro, we slept on the plane together, bro. I was trolling. I know, bro. I was out of control.
You raging.
I wasn't okay. I did an apology on the news, on the national news. I said I'm sorry.
Come on, man.
Sexy, really?
The first shit always be, you know what I'm saying?
Like, Sexy, really? Like, I genuinely apologize.
Sexyy Red wasn't letting anything slide. After Ray J admitted that he went too far with his comments, she fired back hard. She reposted a bold message saying, "People be jumping on trends every single day," clearly calling him out again. Even after his public apology, things didn't cool down. If anything, they heated up even more. Ray J's name kept trending, and folks weren't about to give him a pass. But then came a whole other wave of drama that had the internet spinning. Ray J found himself tied to an extremely serious and unproven rumor involving Whitney Houston. A content creator named Emily Hagan went viral for suggesting Ray J may have had something to do with Whitney's passing. Her post was quickly deleted, but the damage had already been done. Ray J wasn't having it, and he clapped back with frustration. He wrote, "WTF, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about." That dude in the interview was real quick to tear down another black man and talk about stuff he knows nothing about, and then he had the nerve to bring up Whitney like I had something to do with it. Wait, what? Ray J reminded everyone this wasn't the first time people had tried to drag his name into this situation. During a Twitch live stream with Money Slaughter from Love and Hip Hop, he tried to clear things up once and for all. He explained, "People on blogs pulling up stuff about Whitney and trying to link me just because I was seen outside the hotel. But I wasn't even inside. I couldn't even get in. What are people talking about? It's beyond disrespectful to her. I wasn't there, and now it's just spiraling out of control." And just when you thought it couldn't get any more chaotic, Suge Knight, yes, the former Death Row Records boss, jumped into the mix. On the Art of Dialogue podcast, he stirred the pot even more by saying Whitney allegedly mentioned Ray J in a concerning context before she passed. He claimed she said, "Brandy's little brother keeps showing up with things and being around me. Next thing you know, she's gone." Now let's be clear, there's no solid evidence behind these claims, and Ray J hasn't been officially tied to any wrongdoing. But the drama keeps chasing him, and with his name coming up in connection to so many situations, fans are really starting to question why these stories keep popping up.
Whitney Houston, it's on your hand. I remember the conversation when she thought her life was in the toilet. She didn't even say your name. She just used the term that Brandy's little brother bringing me doing with me. Brandy's little brother trying to kiss me and do with me. Next thing you know, she's...
Ray J just can't seem to stay out of chaos, and his latest move had folks real confused. Out of nowhere, he showed major love for Diddy, and it didn't sit right with a lot of people. Fans came at him heavy after he posted support, and the backlash was immediate. In response, Ray J took to social media to clap back, saying people were coming for him just because he was backing someone they didn't like. He said straight up, "People mad at me for supporting Diddy and got weird stuff to say like I'm riding too hard." Now Ray's been spotted plenty of times at Diddy's infamous parties, so folks always assumed he was deep in that circle. But once his name started popping up in connection to leaked clips from those wild events, things shifted. Even though Ray J hasn't pointed fingers or spilled details, just the fact that his name came up got people side-eyeing him big time. The tension online blew up, and people are questioning how close he really was to everything going down around Diddy. And that's not all. Ray J been juggling industry smoke and personal mess at the same time. His roller coaster with Princess Love just won't end. 4 divorce filings later, and they still can't figure out if they're together or done for good. It's like they got stuck in a loop of arguments, legal docs, and tearful reunions, all in front of the cameras. Their on-again, off-again situation is so public that people already expecting a 5th round before the 4th one's even final. But then, Sukihana stepped into the picture, and things spiraled even harder. Her arrival brought a whole new layer of mess into their relationship drama. It was like tossing gasoline on a bonfire that was already burning wild. People started saying Princess and Ray still got deep feelings for each other, which explains why they act out instead of walking away for real. It's messy, unpredictable, and kinda sad to watch unfold. Ray even admitted out loud that if he ever ties the knot again, it's gonna be with Princess. That's the only person he sees himself settling with. And if that don't work, he's done with relationships completely and just plans to turn up nonstop. His words were, when you make a promise to somebody and it don't work, you gotta just go back to living all the way turned up. If I ever slow down again, it'll only be with her. That was the deal. And about this latest divorce saga, Ray tried to explain where things stand, saying, the papers, yeah, they filed, but we not all the way done. We separated, not totally out. So technically they're split, but emotionally, still a tangled mess. No wonder fans are tired and confused.
I made a vow to Princess, so even if we get a divorce, that's it for me. And I'm living life from there. I'm turned up forever. When you make a vow and you promise somebody something that intense, then if that don't work, then you just gotta go back to like being like all the way up. And then if you ever want to like slow it down again, that's the only person that you could do it with, because that's the fucking agreement, and that's what I told you. I told you straight up, I got you. I hate to say till death do us part, but we said that shit.
While Ray J stays surrounded by drama, Sexyy Red has also been grabbing headlines, and not always just for her music. Her climb into the spotlight took a sharp turn not too long ago when she was linked to a figure who stirred up all kinds of controversy online. An adult performer who goes by the name Gucci 3rd Leg. Yeah, that name alone had folks raising eyebrows. Gucci became known for his over-the-top persona and wild stunts in the adult scene. But things took a serious left when the internet started buzzing with rumors about his personal life. According to multiple online sources and viral threads, Gucci was allegedly being careless behind the scenes, linking up with women while knowing he had serious health issues and not keeping it transparent. These rumors spread like wildfire, with folks accusing him of being reckless and not looking out for others' well-being. Things reached a breaking point when several women stepped forward with claims that they tested positive after working with him. Screenshots, DMs, and video clips started popping up across social media, and the whole thing turned into a viral mess. It didn't take long before Gucci stepped away from the adult film spotlight completely. He hopped on a podcast to clear the air, and in a moment of raw honesty, he admitted that he tested positive for HSV-1, which only added more heat to the firestorm already around him.
Danae Davis.
Yes.
All right, you are an OnlyFans star.
Yes.
What happened between you and Gucci 3rd Leg?
I wouldn't test positive for HSV-2 unless you had HSV-2. If you gave me HSV-1 genitally, I would test positive for HSV-1, but just have it in my genitals. So, but I don't have HSV-1, I have HSV-2.
What was that on his penis?
That was HSV-2.
When buzz started floating around about a possible fling between Sexyy Red and Gucci 3rd Leg, things got real messy, real fast. It all kicked off when a selfie of the two hit social media, and let's just say, fans did not hold back. People started throwing shade quick, claiming Sexyy was moving way too wild in her circle. Folks on the internet even joked that she had turned into a delivery truck for bad energy, all cause Gucci has a history of making headlines for his careless behavior. See, Gucci's reputation isn't exactly sparkling clean. He's been called out time and time again for not being upfront about his situation. So when Sexyy Red got spotted with him, folks started connecting dots, even if there was no proof of anything actually happening between them. But it didn't help that shortly after the pic went viral, Sexyy Red dropped a wild post on her socials saying, "Who my BD up? I got a big fat wet waiting for you. Now, she didn't name names, but everyone assumed she was talking to her ex, rapper Wu Slime. That's where the storm really hit. Audio leaked online where Wu Slime made serious claims, saying that Sexyy Red had not been honest with him during their time together. He accused her of hiding details and claimed other men might have been misled too. It was messy, and the drama didn't slow down. Sexyy Red didn't directly address his comments, but she posted a cryptic message that read, "Everybody gets burned. You gotta be strong for the downfall. It's not for the weak, and I'm weak." That one post had the internet going wild. It raised so many eyebrows, especially because Wu Slime hinted that he had even more private tea about their past. Info he could potentially shop around to media blogs or platforms. Now, whether that was just a bluff or a serious threat, nobody knew for sure. But it added a whole new level of tension to an already chaotic situation. Then came the moment that really made waves. Sexyy Red went on Angela Yee's Lip Service podcast in June 2023 and got super candid. She said flat out that she had been through a few tough times and admitted to catching an infection twice in the past. It was one of those moments that had the internet spinning. People didn't know whether to applaud her for being honest or criticize her for oversharing. But one thing's for sure, it kept her name in the headlines.
I had chlamydia before though, twice.
Okay,
But
I mean,
ain't never had
that's the
it.
most
Pretty common.
Yeah,
STD.
very common.
Well, let's do a PSA right now. So, no, but how did you? So you felt it like you was burning?
No, it be a smell.
For chlamydia?
So when Ray J hopped on live stream claiming he had something going on with Sexyy Red during a flight, the internet didn't hesitate to throw shade. People were quick to say he might have picked up more than just attention with that story, especially since Sexyy Red already had some serious chatter swirling around her name. Folks started clowning him like, "Ray, are you for real?" The whole thing exploded online, and not in a good way. Let's be honest, Ray J is no stranger to stirring the pot, but this time it hit different. Like, what pushes a grown man, 44 years old at that, to hop on live and start telling stories that don't even sound right, especially about someone else who didn't co-sign it? If he was just joking, the internet wasn't laughing. People were out here asking, is Ray J doing all right? Because this wasn't just a slip-up, it was messy and loud. It's given desperate. Some fans are now convinced Ray J is chasing headlines harder than he's chasing peace. He's been at the center of too much lately. From all those rocky divorce filings with Princess Love, to getting dragged into wild Diddy party rumors, to even being mentioned in drama around Whitney Houston's passing years ago. And now, this latest stunt with Sexyy Red? Come on now. It's like he's always one step away from a whole new mess. And while Ray J did go on national TV to apologize and say he wasn't in the right headspace when he made that statement, the damage was already done. Even if he didn't mean it the way it sounded. Why say it in the first place? That kind of talk can mess up someone's rep, and his too. There are real consequences behind every reckless sentence, and it's time he starts realizing that. Fans are torn. Some say he's just looking for a headline, while others think there might be more going on behind the scenes. Is he really just addicted to being in the mix? Or is there something deeper happening that he's not talking about? Because at this point, it's looking more serious than just being a clout chaser. So now we want to know what you think. Is Ray J just doing too much for attention? Or is this a sign that he needs to take a step back and handle whatever he's really going through behind the scenes? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, hit that like button, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. We've got way more tea coming soon, so stay locked in. See you next time, my stars and hushers.